All right. So have you ever thought about working in Canada? Mm. Maybe making a move up north?
Yeah, sure.
Well, we came across something pretty interesting while we were doing some research.
No,
It's a job fair alert
interesting.
that specifically mentions potential sponsorship opportunities for 2025.
Oh, wow. 2025. That's interesting.
Yeah, so this isn't your typical, job posting,
Right.
like we need someone right now. This is an alert,
Mm-hmm.
and it's looking ahead to possibilities for the following year, so that tells us something.
Yeah, that's true. It's unusual to see that kind of advanced planning for hiring needs.
So what should be the first thing that pops into our listeners' heads when they hear job fair alert sponsoring workers for a year and a half from now?
I think the proactive stance is really fascinating here.
Okay.
You typically see immediate hiring needs,
Right.
but this longer-term view might indicate that certain sectors in Canada are anticipating some pretty significant growth,
Mm.
or maybe even facing a known future shortage of specific skills, so they're getting ahead of the curve.
Trying to secure that talent.
So it's not just, oh, we suddenly need all these people next year. It's hinting at some deeper planning going on.
Exactly. And I think the word sponsorship is key here.
Yeah.
For anyone listening who is not already a Canadian citizen or a permanent resident,
Right.
it signals that these employers are potentially willing to go through that whole process,
Oh, wow.
to navigate the immigration process, to bring in international talent. And that's a big commitment.
Huge. Yeah. So if you're out there listening and you're even casually considering a move to Canada for work, what kind of message does this early alert send?
Well, for me, it's a strong signal
Okay.
that there are industries within Canada where the demand for certain skills is really outstripping the local supply.
Interesting.
So employers might be looking globally to fill those gaps, and they're letting people know well in advance
Yeah.
that sponsorship could be on the table.
Okay, so if you've got skills in a field that's in high demand in Canada, this is a really important early indicator to start paying attention. Absolutely.
Mhm.
I think about sectors that often face labor shortages in developed economies.
Yeah,
Healthcare, technology, skilled trades.
for sure.
While this alert doesn't specify,
Right.
it wouldn't be surprising if the opportunities kind of lean towards those areas.
Yeah.
So this gives you a head start in your research.
Now, we have to remember this alert is just an alert.
That's true.
It doesn't give us all the, nitty-gritty details of, this company's going to sponsor you.
Right.
It's not a list.
Exactly.
But given this information, what action should someone take?
Well, I think this early notice suggests planning and preparation are going to be crucial.
Okay.
Now's the time to investigate, which sectors in Canada are projected to have the greatest needs in the coming years.
Right. So
Mhm.
this alert isn't necessarily a guarantee of a job.
Right.
It's more like a map of
Yeah.
where opportunities might be emerging
Exactly.
for those who might need sponsorship in 2025.
It's an early indication that the landscape for sponsored work in Canada could be quite active. Next year, and for you listening, it's an invitation to start exploring your options. See where your skills might align with Canada's future needs.
So the big takeaway here is that this job fair alert mentioning sponsorship for 2025 suggests that there could be real pathways for you to work in Canada if you require sponsorship.
Absolutely.
So it's a strong prompt to begin your research now.
And I think a key thing is to stay informed.
Okay.
Keep an eye on official Canadian immigration resources.
Yes.
Industry-specific news. This is an early signpost pointing towards potential opportunities.
It really is. And as you think about this, here's a final thought. What types of roles or industries do you think might be actively seeking sponsored candidates in Canada in 2025? Maybe consider how your own skills and experience connect with those potential needs that you discover.
Yeah, great point.
Thanks for diving deep with us.
My pleasure.